I'll let you cookies too.
Folks, welcome back, party people in the place to be. It is the Picasso's playoff push PodcastaPalooza. You see it here. We have an Elite Eight. We have the group that is ready to devour Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They are ready to destroy that Kansas City defense, and we are ready to leave this weekend one step closer to bringing the vaunted Lombardi Trophy to Buffalo. Moving left to right across the top, we got myself, Maniac, Ty B, Joe Cons Jr., Kurt Halmiser. Across the bottom, we got Elbuff, Meerkat, Monster Inc. 9177, and at brother __ Bill. Folks, let's go. How are we doing tonight?
Amazing.
Awesome.
Cons Flex, what are the stats up to there, Mr. Bass?
What?
I said, what are the fitness stats up to there with you flexing?
I'm already down 5 pounds, and it's been 1 week. So just putting in the work, and just they tried to make me do the tomahawk chop the other day at Casey's, and I kicked Vinny. So we're good.
For those who don't know, Cons, a loyal employee of Casey's in Black Rock, but the owner of Casey's in Black Rock, a Chiefs fan. Just so many storylines going in, and that's the first thing I want to talk about. Brother Bill, lead off this discussion with me. Bill's Mafia has been nonstop shenanigans for the last 3 years, but it seems like things got a little serious this week. It got kind of a down to business type deal, a little less shenanigans, a little more let's take care of business.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can really do shenanigans at the stadium right now, so maybe that's good. We're honing in on what we need to focus on. We're getting down to business, and we're all about winning, and we're trying to. A lot of us are taking care of business at home, doing our part on the TVs and tailgating in our own houses. Maybe not so crazy, but we're still doing our craziness in a smaller setting.
Hey, getting that tempo with it. Speaking of tempo, right after the game, everyone's looking for what's going to be the post, what's going to be the big reaction. Obviously, the biggest thing, Tom Johnson, the Titanic theme song, courtesy of Meerkat. Meerkat, how did it feel when you're that bad boy to you?
It feels good. It's just, man, I'm just all in on the Bills this week. It's hard to focus on anything else. You brought up business. It's one of those weeks you get your kid lunch pail out, you put your hard hat on and get to work. The antics are great. I love Bills Mafia. Cons, that was a great table jump yesterday. I see you. But this is all business. You see people making narratives about this game and stuff, especially Chiefs fans. A little bit of a double-edged sword they got there with, Mahomes plays and wins, that's great, but if he plays and loses, they have a built-in excuse. So we're kind of buckling down, and let's just go into this game 100%, all business, ready to win.
And speaking of 100% going into this game, as we're joined and go to 100%, Ashley Petty, your side base favorite fitness guru and member of the Why So Serious podcast. Speaking of 100% going into this game, I mean, and anybody feel free to chime in on this. They haven't put together 100% of a game yet. They got crushed by Phillip Rivers in the Colts offense in the first game. In the second game, I mean, the offense was kind of sputtering for the most part. So was Lamar, so you're not faulting them so much. But could this be the game where we finally see all three phases?
I mean, I'd like to think so. Our defense came out last week and played the way I've wanted them to play all freaking season. I don't know about you guys. I have been waiting on some of these moves for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. So to see us play with the caliber that we played with last season, and we're in this final push, we can only continue to get better. Bills by a billion, right, bro?
Damn right. This is the week that we got to do it,
Absolutely. What's a better week? But what's a better week to do it than the AFC Championship, guys? Come on. I mean, we've seen this team kind of start slow a little bit. Understandably, it's a little bit of a weird year. No training camp, no preseason. They got it going. They're moving. They're feeling hot. They got hot down the final stretch there. They're hot in the playoffs now. I don't think Patrick Mahomes knows what's coming for him. I think this is going to be a completely different team than he saw from week 6.
Holy good God, what a great radio voice. My gosh, that was soothing. Oh my
That's
gosh.
why we keep
Hey,
going around. He's really got a voice in the heavens.
My
Hey,
socks
quick.
just came off.
I'm just going to drop a little bit. If you guys like my voice, you can listen to Laces Out podcast hosted by myself and Jared Bailey. Okay, continue. Go ahead. Let's go, Bill.
That's a great start.
We are pro plug here at the Picasso's Playoff Push PodcastaPalooza, of course. And speaking of podcasts, speaking of craziness, let's get into a topic that's a little bit last game, a little bit this game, and I'm going to put you on the spot here, Cons. We rode Tyler Bass the second half of the season. He was very good. And let's face it, Justin Tucker had a rough night as well, the greatest kicker in arguably the history of the game. Do you see Tyler Bass honestly bouncing back in Kansas City?
Well, as president of the Tyler Bass fan club and the first person in Buffalo with a Tyler Bass jersey, I just would like to say that if Justin Tucker's struggling, I mean, you can't really. It's hard. It's a hard game to gauge the kicking game there. The only thing that kind of concerned me was the fact that even though the winds were swirling just a little bit, he still kicked that like dead right. Like it was like straight on. There was leg behind it. It just he couldn't get it to move a little to the left. So, I mean, I've had friends come up to me this week say I'm a little worried about your guy Bass, and I said, look, whatever Bass does one game, he comes back the next, and he's clutch. So I got all faith in him, and I think the Bills are going to really reap the benefits of sorry Bills Mafia letting go of house money and getting the Bass money up in here. So with all due respect to house money, it's Bass money time.
Big leg Tyler Bass. And let's just get a round table. After that speech from Cons, Matt Beauvais asked us on Trainwreck tonight, would you sign up for Tyler Bass lining up a 54-yard field goal, 2 seconds left, down by 2?
Mm-hmm.
I'll kick it off. No pun intended. I'm going to say I would, and here's the reason why. The whole goal of the game is to take the ball out of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid's hands, and that play gives you exactly that. Patrick Mahomes has no influence. You took him out of the game. It came down to Tyler Bass, your guy who got you there. Dance with the guy that got you there.
Well, and you have to remember, too, that he kicked pretty much the game winner against the Colts, too, and that was 50-plus. So, I mean, I trust Tyler Bass, 2 seconds left in the game with a 54-yarder. Easy. As long as the win wasn't like it was last week, he's all right.
Yeah, come on. I mean, who we bullshitting? The most accurate kicker in NFL history has a shit day. The same time Bass has a shit day. If it comes down to the brass tacks and you got to throw your balls on the table for the win, I absolutely put the kid out there. You know why? Because the only way you're going to be fucking great is if you're in great moments. Put the kid in a moment to be great. Let him get his glory. If you don't get the chance for it, how are you ever going to know? So absolutely, I put him out there.
Oh my gosh! Talk about inspirational.
Hey, can I play weatherman here real quick? Just a quick forecast for Sunday. So
give it to us, meteorologist Thomas, sir.
Looking ahead here, it's only Thursday night on a beautiful Thursday night in Buffalo, but so we're looking at a quick, 32 degrees, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, some sleet. There's 70% chance of sleet, so it might be a little ugly, might be a little messy, but I still got trust in Tyler Bass.
I think you're my new man crush.
I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you.
I bet you read me bedtime stories. I really would.
Oh my gosh!
I'd let Tony Romo read me a bedtime story, so I'll read you one anytime.
All right. Well, speaking of Tony Romo, is he going to be gushing over Mahomes this weekend? And that brings up the next topic. I mean, let's face it. He's in the protocol. He's obviously not running around 100% in practice, so it's hard to tell anything. Is there any chance in any universe that Patrick Mahomes doesn't play this game?
Yeah. It's called the coronavirus.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
It's happened all year.
Is there more chance of Pat Mahomes missing it due to COVID than a concussion?
Yes.
Really is,
100%.
Right?
Yeah. The only way he misses this game is death by car accident. It's $1 billion business with $1 billion game on $1 billion network. Unless his legs fucking falling off, Mahomes will be on that field.
I think they might not let him test negative. Or test positive. He's going to be negative no matter what. Like, they're not even swabbing him this week, probably.
Yeah, they're swabbing like under his chin, not in his
mouth. Don't look at the test results and be like, oh, we didn't see that.
Yeah.
Swabbing under his chin.
I haven't seen such a reckless disregard for test results since 007 Skyfall. All right. Anyways. So no Chad Henne. It's not going to be a Henne thing as possible. So now the attention turns to the turf toe. I mean, when he was running around last week, he did not look 100%. He confident, laboring. Now, I know they got the good stuff in the NFL. They could probably hook him up with a shot that makes him feel pretty decent. But I just feel like we're going to get a Patrick Mahomes. This is my prediction. An 83% Patrick Mahomes. He's going to be 5/6 of himself. He's going to be 5/6.
I think that's like
better
perfect.
than 90% of the quarterbacks in the NFL.
Probably 95, yeah.
It is until you run to a defense that's playing at their best that they've played all year long. And you've seen them getting pressured last week. If you get that pressure to that blind side, that's where that turf toe really comes into play. Number one, that's very tough to feel. If you do feel that you're pushing off of that foot, that means your foot is extremely flexing, pushing off right exactly on that joint where the turf toe is. It looks like they were going near that big toe. So that's going to really hamper his movement. And you saw it on some of those throws. He's not able to generate enough push off that back foot. If he's not able to do that, he's not able to fire the hips at the same movement, and it throws that entire mechanics off. And I think you can do that early on. Let's see Jerry really getting after it. I want to see Gary Hughes out there early. I don't care if it's a quick early 15-yard penalty. Get after those legs.
My dad just texted me and said, I'm going to Kansas City to step on Mahomes' toe. I'll be back later.
Now, is that a dad joke if I've ever – by the way, chime in on the chat. What percent do you think Mahomes will be at? Yeah, but you're right. He's not playing that foot to make that like 25-yard, piss missile. He's not planning on a dime and changing direction and running for a 15-yard gain. The Bills got to box this guy in just like they did Lamar Jackson, whether it's Gary Hughes, whether it's Mario Adderson. What the hell am I doing? But anyways, Harrison Phillips. I mean, let's go. This is the time. 100%. Everyone doing their 111 could not be more pumped. We got people chiming in. Ice Train. Okay, Ice Train says that Mahomes is going to be at 90%. I mean, again, if you can. So real quick, before we go on this, would you sign up for Mahomes at 90% right now? I know that we're facing
anything less than 100 is fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a bonus for sure. I think that 90% is something I would definitely consider. But speaking of consider, we got Teron Johnson last week. He made the play. It was a 7-point game. Next thing you know, it's 14. The Bills defense needs a hero. We were just talking about Gary Hughes. Is it going to be Jordan Poyer? Is it going to be Matt Milano, the guy that's been the glue of this defense ever since he came back? Someone give it to me. Who is going to be the hero for this Bills defense come Sunday night?
Leslie
I'm going to
Frazier.
give me Justin Zimmer. You saw him make a
Zimmer!
You saw Justin Zimmer already make
Invaders
play
there.
this year.
He's like,
give me Zimmer.
Zimmer, let's go. Smellies. Smellies for Zimmer.
Micah Hyde and Jordan
Let's go,
Poyer
Zimmer,
have been
baby.
kind of quiet lately, and I really think they're jonesing for an interception, pick six, something along that line. I mean, we saw how lit Micah Hyde got when Teron Johnson was in the Showtime cam. So, I mean, he's ready to go out there and get an interception. And with the mechanics being off, Mahomes not looking strong against the Browns defense, I mean, we're going to give him 10 times what the Browns defense did. So,
Maniac, when we interviewed Kim Jones, she spoke very highly of Tremaine Edmonds. And Tremaine Edmonds, a lot of fans were saying Tremaine Edmonds has had an up and down year. We're waiting for that one signature game from him. I think this is the game Tremaine Edmonds balls out. I got 2 sacks from Tremaine Edmonds on Mahomes. I'm really pushing for him. But here's the thing, guys. Like Kim Jones was saying things like the whole league loves Tremaine Edmonds, just what he's about, his size, how rangy he is. And we forget, as Bills fans, how young this kid is. He came in the league at 19. He's learning one of the hardest positions on the football field, the middle linebacker position. I just feel that this is going to be the weekend that we see Tremaine Edmonds break out.
I've been saying this since he started because he's always been like the fastest linebacker out there. He's at the end of his Luis Mendoza phase. Mm-hmm. If he can finally put it together and bury on those sacks, on those interceptions when he's in position to play, he's going to be a top 5 playmaker in the league, no doubt, because he's constantly in position to make plays based off his speed.
You guys are forgetting about somebody.
Here he comes.
The rookie on the biggest stage, AFC Championship, AJ Epinesa, or as my father likes to call him, AJ Empanada, coming in big this game. He's having a big game today on Sunday.
that's incredible.
Zimmer.
Oh my God, that would be a great time to be hit by the EpiPen. And someone said we got M. McKenzie making a great point here. whoever locks down Kelsey, I think it was in 4 career games against the Bills, he's never gotten over 70 yards. I think I would sign up for 60 from Kelsey right now if I could take that for sure.
Yeah.
So with that said, who's that going to be? Milano in pass coverage, or are they going zone, you think, predominantly against Mahomes?
No, I think they do the same thing they've been doing a lot recently, where you have just the 2 linebackers. You play a lot of nickel, a lot of dime. You're going to see a lot of those defensive backs, whether it's Teron Johnson, whether you go bigger nickel, you bring in a guy like Saran Neal, someone else. You have a lot of options there. The Bills defense has a wealth of options because of some of the injuries they've suffered throughout the year. So as much as you want to complain throughout the year about these injuries, it's given a lot of these guys important game time, and they've all figured out their roles. And you look back at the film, you see what guys, what schemes they're best at and who they're best, what type of players they're best at defending, and now you can match them up here in the biggest games.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Chime in the chat who you think is going to be the hero for this Bills defense. We know we need one. That Mahomes offense, if he's out there, they're putting up at least, 24 would probably be a floor for that offense to put up in a game. So you're going to need it. So I'd say probably 28, probably 30. You're probably going to need at least 31 to win this game. So speaking of heroes, biggest Chiefs villain, and I'm chiming in with mine right now. If you followed along on Twitter at all, when you're matching up across the field who you have to match up with, okay? So I'm looking over the other side of the field. I'm seeing the long blonde hair. I'm seeing the craziness. No, I'm not talking about Ashley Petty. I'm talking about Brittany Lynn Mahomes. Brittany Lynn, with all due respect, what is going on? I'm going to destroy you this weekend. You're going to be in a suite. You're going to be eating rolled up crumpets and meat, and I am going to be roughing it. I am going to be I am going to be so blue collar. I have like 5 different shirts on. I'm so blue collar, and I'm going to out hustle, and outlast you, Brittany Lynn, when we get the Bills to the Super Bowl. So with that said, who is your guys' biggest Chiefs villain?
Let me finish that.
Go on.
Is there anything more annoying than her voice? Like, I'd rather listen to a puppy.
I can't talk. That's the pocket.
Just shut up. Like, do you hear yourself talk? Like, I don't care how much money he makes. At some point, like, you're home with turf toe or concussion, and she's just yapping in your ear. Like, at what point do you just like, that's enough?
Terrible time to have turf
toe. The next villain has to be Jackson Mahomes. We saw what the Bills did to TikTok superstar Juju Smith-Schuster. We're going to do the exact thing to Jackson Mahomes. He's going to be the crying Jackson meme all over TikTok. Wow. We're going to see him crying up in his box, wherever the hell he's watching the game. I think we're going to absolutely steamroll the Chiefs. I've been saying this all week. I don't know what it is. I have some belief deep within me the Bills are going to absolutely blow out the Kansas City Chiefs today or on Sunday. Like, I just have this belief it's going to be like a 20-plus point win. They're going to do it. I just don't think Mahomes is going to be healthy enough with that foot and everything else. We've seen the way this defense is playing. This offense is yet to hit their stride in the playoffs. Ooh, this passing defense is not as good as everyone thinks for the Chiefs. You can really beat them. We saw them exploit them at times. We're not at full strength when we played them the first time. You get all those receivers out there. I think Josh can really pick them apart. And guess who knows that defense the best? Sean McDermott, because Steve Spagnuolo and him spent a lot of time together. I can't wait.
Mine was just like made up stuff. There were like a lot of good points there. Go on, Cons.
Mine is going to be the hotel that the Bills stay at. The hotel security. Do they pull the fire alarm at 3 a.m? We've seen this
fireworks outside.
Are they staying at a Marriott? Are they staying at a La Quinta? If they stay at a La Quinta, they're in trouble because I've had issues with bed bugs, everything.
La Quinta security is not a strong point.
So I just want you guys to know.
Maybe I should be a Dwight Schrute volunteer officer and head over to the hotel Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll go with you. We'll just walk around the hotel. Nobody's getting through. Just walking up to people. What's your room key? What are you doing here? We'll keep them out of there. 100% safe. We should absolutely do that. We get little badges with our names on it. It'd be perfect.
Yo.
All right, Kazi, great point. Kurt, who you got? Who's your biggest villain?
Man, I don't know how I'm going to top you guys, but I don't think this is the biggest villain, but I think this is kind of a fun talking point too. Is anybody worried that, who knows if he's even going to play because he gets hurt walking to the field? Sammy Watkins' revenge game?
Why? No, why?
You spoke it into existence.
I'm sorry. I had to bring it up because it's kind of a fun talking point. He's probably going to get hurt on his way out to the field Sunday at morning or afternoon. But on the off chance, the focus is going to be on Tyreek Hill. The focus is going to be on Travis Kelce. Sammy Watkins might slip through the cracks. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But there's a slight possibility, because we've seen it. We've seen him have those games where he can score 3 touchdowns and 200 yards, and then he doesn't play for 6 weeks.
Low key, you got to respect the Chiefs being so good, somehow still having that Sammy Watkins contract just doing nothing. Like, how the hell are they so good on offense with Sammy Watkins doing nothing? And I'm knocking on all parts of my desk right now. Sammy Watkins, don't get any ideas. Do not get any ideas.
That'll make going back to our broke-ass job so much worse on Monday.
Brother B, speaking of it, who's your villain? Come on now. I know you got somebody targeted. I know your style.
I was big on Jackson. I thought I was going to get him, but he was already brought up.
Make Jackson and Brittany cry, yes.
I really want to.
I like how it's such like a nice picture of Derek, and it's just like make him cry.
I'm going.
It looks like he should be a congressman. Look at that beautiful photo.
I'd vote for him.
He's a great looking guy.
If that's his campaign slogan, I'm voting for him.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Look at this guy. He's just dashing. He's like, look for me. I won't.
So real quick though,
Brother Bill's got something.
On the Jackson Mahomes thing, what would be the equivalent? Because they basically made Juju Smith-Schuster stop dancing on logos. It was something he was doing like way up to that. Would it be like him not posting for a whole week after?
I think him never TikToking from the game ever again.
Guys, remember too, Patrick Mahomes owns the part of the Royals, so now we got to see this for baseball season too. This is bullcrap.
I am, and that no wonder Castellanos after the home run there.
Hold on.
I'm going. Obviously, Mr. Penis knows himself. Nick Wright. He already got the ketchup shower. This is the big one. This is the one I've been waiting for all season. I can't wait to see his face on Monday when we beat the shit out of the Chiefs. It's going to be beautiful.
Okay, then I'm going to put you on the spot right here. Josh Allen throws for 250, 2 touchdowns a pick, runs for a little bit, they win. What's going to be the Nick Wright spin zone? Because he had the spin zone, against the Colts and the Ravens so far.
He's not going to give the props. Josh Allen.
No matter what happens, Josh Allen.
It's Mahomes is hurt no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mahomes had a headache. Travis Kelce had turf toe. Somebody had a paper cut. Oh, somebody else had gingivitis.
That's what he'll be spending. Josh Allen is inaccurate. The greatest strides. Basically, someone said that Josh Allen had the greatest breakout year of any QB ever. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good. Last night. Monster, Meerkat, LB, and Ashley, bring us home on these villains.
I'm not taken. I hit Sammy Watkins, my flat earther friend. But yeah, I mean, like he said earlier, he's probably gonna fall walking out to the field. So I mean, his head might still be in space when he's playing the game, but sometimes he zones in and actually keys on being a team player. So
Gonna Kevin Cobbett.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Not a joking matter for Bills
man.
fans. That actually happened. Oh my god.
Mine's Hilaire. That's the only thing that I'm worried about ever from week to week is the run. I'm not worried about our pass defense. I'm not worried about our secondary. I'm not really worried about our linebackers. I'm worried about stopping the run. If you can stop that run and key in on Patrick Mahomes, he's got all these weapons, and he's got cool hair, and all that shit.
You would call that hair cool? Like cool?
I mean, he did turn into a really pretty girl.
No, he's not. I was being facetious. For those that don't know who facetious is, Google it. But yeah, it's just
Google it. Not even look at the dictionary. Google it.
with all the weapons he has, I'm confident that our defense can shut him down. If you watch Kansas City play, they run the same play we do to Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill, whatever the fuck his name is, across the field. That's what it is. Go about 20 yards out, cut across the field, and that's what they kill him with. Same play we do Diggs. You shut the play down, shut the run play down, and we whoop their ass. Punch them in the mouth. Let's leave there. Let's go to the Super Bowl.
Because bite their kneecaps.
IB gets put through a table. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's big. And is it by you?
Yeah.
Oh,
he volunteered.
Give me a front row seat. I don't care.
Thank God my acupuncturist has been really good, so my back's feeling good. I'm ready to go through.
Folks, we hope everybody's having a great time.
Chiropractor's happy. I'm going to be right back next week.
We win the ball. I'm going to punish you, buddy.
We are drinking responsibly. We are thinking responsibly. We are just at, let's see, about 68.75 hours. And no, I'm
69.
not rounding up. I'm not rounding up. 68.75 hours away from kickoff. So, folks, let's start locking them in. Let's go Brother Bill and Monster first. Let's get them in. Bills, Chiefs, predictions. What happens when these teams face off Sunday?
This is the game. It all comes together. We had the offense first game, the defense second game. To beat the Chiefs, you have to have a complete game. We haven't had it yet in the playoffs, and we're still winning. And this is the game. It all comes together. We're going to be clicking on all cylinders. It's going to be a blowout. Bills by $1 billion.
I mean, I probably shouldn't see that coming.
You had to know that was coming.
That was like the Euro step layup.
Yeah. All right, Monster. Give them a little sneak peek of what we're going to be seeing on this Sunday.
Honestly, after 30-some years, I'll be fucking real with you. I sat through the 4. I sat through the 20 years, as did most of us through the 20 years. I just want it. I just fucking want it for all of us. I just want it. You know what I mean? To break out of character and I feel it. Like, it's just a void that's in my heart. Like, it's been there for years and years, and watching us shit on ourselves and going through all the quarterbacks and all that stuff. I fucking want it. I want it. To quote the great Bill Goldberg, Kansas City, you're next. 42-10. Josh throws for 4 tutties. We shut him the fuck up. I go wherever Nick White is. I punch him in that big fucking bird nose. Everybody's full of glee. And then we go and we face TB12 and we beat his ass in the Super Bowl and end the fucking weirdest year in the world's history with the Bills winning the fucking Super Bowl.
Let's go.
We have to predict after that?
I'm literally ready to run through a digital
through the wall
after that one. LB and Ashley, what do you guys got this Sunday?
I am less nervous going into this week than I was last week. I was genuinely concerned going up against those Ravens, and I called us last week going 27-21. I think that we're not going to be like a super crazy high scorer again this week. I think we're going to be looking at pretty much that bare minimum to get through it. So I'm thinking we're looking 31-27, and it's going to be tight towards the end for us to be able to make that shit happen. So Bills are going to take it, but it's going to be dirty. The whole game is going to be dirty.
Yeah.
You're keeping it on brand. Elbow, keeping it on brand, folks. How many over under?
She's talking about the field conditions. Don't get
under. No, I want an over under.
Yeah, sleety.
Over under 4.5 Bills gasms this Sunday.
Over under on Bills gasms? I'm taking the over at this point. Are you kidding me? You know how many I had for
Love
sure.
to hear it.
Love to hear that. We got all kinds of great predictions. 33-23, 42-3. A lot of shootout predictions. Everyone is predicting blowout so far. AP, what do you got? Give us some.
I
Give us
agree
a
with
dose of
Al. I
reality.
really think, going into this week, I feel a lot more confident just because of the status of Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he didn't really look that great against the Browns, and I don't see us losing. It doesn't compute in my head. So I'm going to go 34-31 Bills. It's going to be a shootout, though. I still believe it's going to be a shootout. Allen and Mahomes are going to be slinging the ball all over the place, but I think our defense is going to get that interception to turn the momentum around near the end of the game like they always do. And then Tyler Bass is going to come through with that 50-plus yarder to win it.
Damn it!
I'm sorry.
All right, Con, hop in and give it.
Sorry.
Don't let her steal your thunder, Con. What do you got?
All right, so I was gonna say Tyler Bass, but here's my prediction. I think a lot of people are saying shootout. A lot of people are saying this. I'm gonna go. I hate to say this, but I'm going to go the same score, 34-31, but it's going to be a 55-yarder from the left hash. Okay? Because Tyler Bass loves to keep us on our toes, just like all my ex-girlfriends love to do, and then I found out they were cheating on me. But we're going to go ahead from the left hash.
Whoa.
Tyler Bass for the win.
Tyler Bass.
Hopefully they're not watching.
Yeah, well, they are watching in awe. He was a skater boy. They said, "Count you later, boy." He wasn't good enough for her. All right, Kurt and Ty B. If there's two people who's going to give me a dose of reality, talk me down from all these blowouts and wins. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll be a little realistic. Obviously, Bills by a billion, no doubt, but I think it'll be a little closer. I think, these are two powerhouse teams. These are two of the best teams in the NFL. The key for the Bills this week, it hasn't happened all year, and obviously, they've tried. Brian Dable has tried. Get that run game going. Zach Moss was getting that spark. He was heating up, and then he gets hurt, unfortunately. The Chiefs want you to throw the ball. The Chiefs want you to move that ball quickly down the field, score touchdowns quick, because then you know what? That gets the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands. Bills don't want that. If they want to win, you need to drain that clock. I don't know if that means Josh Allen run a few times. Maybe we see Devontae Freeman this weekend. Maybe we see some Devin Singletary runs. Just run the ball. Get it moving a little bit. I love the jet sweeps to Isaiah McKenzie once every 3 quarters, maybe try it out. But I think, this is the year. It feels like it. I wasn't coherent. I wasn't around during the 90s when they were going on their 4 straight, but there's no divas on this team. There's no attitudes on this team. They play as a team. They play as a unit. Sean McDermott has these guys just playing like they are from the same mother. They are in sync, a unit. 38-30. Bills are going to the Super Bowl. I'll see you there.
Literally.
I will see you in Tampa.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little less realistic on that one. I think it really is Bills by a billion. And for a lot of reasons, I'm going to look at off the field here real quick. You see, last season, I want to give a shout out to my boy Damone Harris for winning a Super Bowl title as a part of the Kansas City Chiefs, a Bishop Timon alum. Shout out Jordy Fortson, a South Park alum. Both of those guys went and got rings last year. 2 Buffalo kids went out and did it. That was when I first believed it was our year. You saw everything else that's happened. You saw these Benny collabs with the Bills, throwing a Pyrex for a touchdown. Yes, these Buffalo Bills are going to go to the Super Bowl. I saw Ariel Helwani coming on every single show, every hit he did this week. To talk about a Conor McGregor fight, the first thing he brings up, no matter what, the Buffalo Bills and the Bills Mafia. We got Jacoby saying he's going to jump through a table to Benny if the Bills win. We have everyone in the world behind us, damn near. 22 states are behind the Bills. We won the Electoral College against the Final Four. The Buffalo Bills are going to win this game 41-20, and if you believe anything otherwise, then get the fuck out. Bills by a billion.
Yeah! Hold your ass.
I'm here for that. I just got really excited. So Bills Gasm #1 just happened.
Wow, we're already 1 down. If we win 41-20, I will send Brittany Lynn Mahomes flowers at halftime directly in her box via 1-800-Flowers, who's not a sponsor. I see the Bills winning. I'm on the same vibe all you guys are. It feels like the Bills are just destined to get there, and I give all the credit to the Chiefs. Have lost 1 game in the last 40 or whatever, but you know what? There is just no stopping this Bills train. I don't know how they get there, if it's necessarily a close game, nail biter at the end, or if it's a garbage time touchdown by the Chiefs. But give me Bills 27, Chiefs 23.
And Maniac, one last thing. I have anxiety. I normally bite my nails and stuff. I haven't bit my nails once this week. And I've been this confident all week. What does that got to say? Bills by a billion.
Well, I was just trying to commend you for being awesome. Sorry.
Classic cons, just commending everyone. Folks, make sure you're giving everybody here a follow. Make sure you are checking everybody out. We got at Ashley Petty. We got at L_Buff. We got at Monster9177, at Brother _Bell, at Kurt Helmser 88, at Joe Cons Jr., at Ty Buffalo, at Zach Sheldon, but you don't need to follow that one because it's not as good. Folks, what is as good is this Bill team. They do not stop. A huge shout out to our panel for joining you. It's been a happiest of hours. We are 68 hours away from the Bills kickoff and a shot to play for the Lombardi Trophy. So it's typically 3 words that end the night, but it's 3 words now that commend our team. Let's go.
Oh.